third grader at Alcott School. I don't feel very well today. I'm catching a cold, but still I'm going to do my best. Okay? Okay. Nonviolence is a powerful and just weapon, which cuts without wounding, and ennobles the man who wields it. It is a sword that heals. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said that in 1964 when he won the Nobel Peace Prize. Maybe that was true back when Dr. King fought for equal rights without ever raising a hand, a fist, or a weapon to hurt others. Maybe it worked back then, but now, in 2014, who could believe that nonviolence is still the most potent weapon? Who's that man who would dare try to settle a fight on the streets of Milwaukee without a weapon in his hand when he knows that the man to the left or to the right of him might have a gun concealed in his jacket? Who's that man? My papa is that man. My grandfather is brave enough to be nonviolent, and he walks the streets without a weapon. He believes in God, and he says, I have restored his faith in mankind. Papa respects Dr. King and knows that Dr. King said, peace is not merely a distant goal that we seek, but a means at which we arrive at that goal. Who's that teacher who teaches the power of nonviolent protest like the Montgomery bus boycott in 1955? Who still teaches her students the importance of being nonviolent even when their schools are not as safe as they used to be? My teacher is that teacher. Miss Doro, I only took my rope. No tattling. I'm going to take it from her. As long as you're respectful, responsible, and, safe. How do I get my rope? Use your words, Terynn. You know how. You know, sometimes it was hard. Even in the second grade. But I used my words, I got my rope, and I gained a new friend all at once. That helped me understand what Dr. King meant when he said, love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. So who's that child who already understands that violence kills someone almost every day? Who's that child who can still believe in Dr. King's dreams? I'm that child. I'm that enthusiastic child who wakes up to each and every day, ready to face the world peacefully, because I remember Dr. King said, we must live together as brothers or perish together as fools. Who's that child? I'm that child. I'm that confused child who cannot understand how I can live in a country that can elect an African-American man president twice, yet let a man who admitted to killing a black boy go free without any consequence at all. I have a consequence for not making my bed. How can this be? Sometimes I feel like we're living in dark times. Then I remember that Dr. King said it has to be so dark to see the stars. And to me, stars represent hope. So I'm that hopeful child who believes with all my heart that I will one day live in a nation where I will not be judged by the color of my skin, but by the content of my character. Who's that child? I'm that child, not scared to spread the word that if we fight nonviolently, our voices will be heard. I'm that child who will always believe that by working together, any goals will achieve. I'm that child who copies Dr. King and remains nonviolent about everything. Who's that child who lives with peace and harmony?